Are you somebody who enjoys plant medicine, psychedelics, entheogens? Do you love diving deep into your consciousness and having these incredible peak experiences where you get downloads and understandings, where childhood trauma releases? Then, if so, you've probably wondered to yourself, I wonder if I could combine Lucia number 3 with plant medicine. And while that is a valid question, I would ask you a question in return. Are you ready to have an experience with just light and see how ready and open you are to let go? Are you ready to witness yourself in this beautiful container of light without taking anything outside of yourself? As powerful as entheogenic experiences can be, and so much dear reverence to people in ceremony who are just really moving and shifting and transforming so much, the Lucia number 3 sits more in a space of integration. So when we have these huge, expansive experiences, the challenge is really not the experience itself, but how do we take what we have learned and start embodying it in our lives? And one of the first things related to that embodiment is our nervous system. And when we're, if you're in a ceremony for a weekend or several days and you're up all night and you're, in the case of sacred ayahuasca, you're purging, or other medicines that last for 12 or 14 hours, it's really important to nourish your nervous system afterwards to kind of come home to yourself. And if anything intense happened during that experience that you need to process, to really create that container and time for you to process in. So instead of looking at the Lucia light as another tool to blast you out of your consciousness, I invite you to first come to experience it, to see what it feels like to have a more feminine journey within, to drop all ideas of what this is going to be for you, all expectations or need to get something out of it, and just show up ready to let go, ready to breathe, ready to see what's there in your reflection of light. And, I know for myself, years ago, when I first started experiencing psilocybin, I had these really profound realizations and understandings when I was in those ceremonies. And I started to put power outside of myself. I started to step into this understanding of like, oh, I have a big decision to make, or, oh, this is an important period of my life. I should go take plant medicine now so I can tune in to my higher self. And the truth is, we don't need to take anything to tune into our higher selves. Plant medicine can show us what's possible. The Lucia number 3 can help us integrate and find those pathways to deeper meditative states of awareness that are super expansive. And ultimately, the practice is sitting yourself, sitting in meditation, being present during the day, really listening to your family and the people around you and the people you interact with. That's the medicine. Showing up. So if the idea crosses your mind to make the experience as potent and intense as possible, then I invite you to take some time to journal before the experience. Journal about what's going on for you. What are your biggest goals right now? What are you moving towards? What have you released in the last few months that you feel so grateful to have let go of? What is still lingering? And after you've really written down all these answers, when you come into the light experience, it's like you opened all these doors. And that's actually called neuropsycholysis by Dr. Engelbert Winkler and Dr. Dirk Prokkel, who are the inventors of Lucia number 3. They came up with a process of actually asking all these questions before an experience, and it's like opening these doors in your consciousness. And then when you experience Lucia light, you can really move energy in that space. So instead of taking something outside of yourself before a session, I invite you to take the time to see for yourself. what your intention is for the experience, and to show up with an open heart and open mind, excited to have a new experience. Thank you for your curiosity, your interest, and your light. Keep shining.